Starting, of course, with our question of the day. And this is what we're asking you this morning. So, would you be supporting COSATU's national strike against job losses today? If so, why? And equally, if not, why not?
Okay, write to us at Morning Live SABC. Hashtag Morning Live, that's how you can get hold of us, and we'll read some of those responses to you. Looking forward to hearing what you have to say about that.
And just in case you don't know why they're marching, it's against job losses. So do you support that cause? Will you be going out in solidarity or not? That's what we want to hear from you about.
All right, let's now take a look at the big stories of the day. The Congress of South African Trade Unions embarks on a national strike against job losses and the high unemployment rate in the country.
Parliament's Portfolio Committee on Public Enterprises will today be briefed by the department on issues emanating from the State of the Nation address and progress in addressing the Auditor General's findings on SOEs. No doubt Eskom will dominate those proceedings.
The head of the Independent Police Investigative Unit, Robert McBride, is expected to approach the High Court in Pretoria to review and set aside a decision by Police Minister Becky Cele not to renew his contract.
And monitoring developments on the rescue mission of more than 20 people trapped underground at the Gloria mine in Middelburg. It's going on a week now.
Yeah.
It's been a while. So we'll actually talk more about that after 7, that situation there, because the last time I checked, I think the death toll was at 6. And this was from people who were trying to get into the mine to go and rescue those who were trapped. But apparently it's this massive syndicate that's operating there, stealing copper cables and the like.
Awful. We're going to be crossing to Mweli Masilela. He's at that Gloria coal mine in Middelburg, and he'll give us an update and also talk to a representative from the mine so we can get a really a much better idea as to what's going on. Okay. All right. So those are the very big stories of the day. Now let's take a look at what's happening in terms of Twitter. Hashtag state capture.
And of course, the Commission of Inquiry, the Zondo Commission ongoing there. Feki Mentor, and at the start of the week, it was said she'd be at the stand for 2 days. Remember, she is returning to the Commission. And she, on Monday, when she started, actually was at pains to explain that this particular process had taken a toll on her, and she wanted to get this over and done with as speedily as possible. And it was initially said that 2 days is as long as it would possibly take. But we do know we still need to get into the cross-examination, and that's what everybody's been waiting for. So hopefully today is the day.
That'll be it. So she just, as you said, emphasizing how tough it's been on her, the toll it's taken, the stress that she's been going through. However, there have been a lot of discrepancies in what she actually sat down and said at the commission and what's now coming through plane records, airplane records, this, that, and the next accommodation, where she was, where she went through. So it was very, very tough for her to sit and listen to, and to also come to the facts of what actually went down. So let's see what happens during that cross-examination. Solar debate. So that happened yesterday. Quite a robust debate taking place yesterday, and as you heard in the news, Eskom taking centre stage and all political parties having their say on the State of the Nation address, and of course the President listening on very intently to what everybody had to say. So it's always interesting to listen to the debate. Yeah,
indeed, but I wasn't listening. I was load-shedded at that time.
Exactly.
So no such luck.
No such luck of actually listening to it. That's the big problem. And the reason was because of stage 3. And you have stage 3 again today. Ba-ba-da-da.
You actually gave it a drum roll.
I mean, what can you do? You know, it just is heartbreaking. It really is. You know, I was sort of watching, when you're stuck in traffic and how furious you become. I mean, I was chatting to my husband. It took him 1 hour and 45 minutes to get from, he works in Sandton, all the way back to where we live. 1 hour and 45 minutes. That is nowhere near that long, because he said it was unprecedented that there was not a single traffic light working from his office to the home. And that was it. I mean, it was gridlock and chaos on the roads. And I mean, I'm just citing his example because I know that that's what people are going through right now. Our stress levels are through the ceiling. You sat in your driveway for 4 hours.
I just sat there. But you see, I'm on a 21-day positive affirmation challenge. So nothing's fazing me at the moment. Nothing's fazing me at the moment. Not even. I was happily sitting there thinking about what I have to be grateful for. So I'm in that sort of Zen space.
Okay, good.
I'm trying to be.
Well, perhaps you can pass it on to the rest of us, because I'm not sure how we're going to handle that one. So Sakina tried to get into her house yesterday. She was there was load shedding, and of course, you know, when you load shed and you try and open your electric garage, that doesn't work. And then you are
and I didn't have a key.
The gate doesn't work. Nothing works, and
so I just sat there. I didn't feel like going out because, as you said, all the traffic lights are out. So where do you go and get stuck in traffic? So I just sat there.
You just sat there.
Yeah.
Well, good. It's lovely. Thank goodness this positivity's come at the right time.
But I tell you what's incredulous, though. If you listen to what people are saying, you listen to Zizi Kotwa, you listen to Praveen Gordhan, you talk about design flaws at Medupi and Kusile. Are you kidding me?
Now we talk about
You're
that.
finding that out now.
Yeah.
How many hundreds of millions of rands have you spent on this? And only now it's dawning on you that you have these serious design flaws. Again, I ask, do these people know what they're doing? Do they?
Whoa. Okay. That should be our question of the day. Robert, do you know what you're doing? That's what's important here. As long as you know what you're doing, because if you go and send someone to a load-shedded traffic light, there's going to be drama, and Sakina is going to jump at you.
I'm going to ask you.
Do you know what you're doing, Rob? Good morning.
Good morning. I think I do now. I'm okay now. But yeah, it's a real thing, isn't it? Load-shedding traffic is what we call it. Hashtag load-shedding traffic. And yeah, you're right. It's a thing. I mean, you know, load-shedding, it's being felt in the home. It's being felt in the workplace very desperately. But it's also being felt in the traffic. Just yesterday, the Newlands area of Cape Town had some load shedding around about lunchtime, and of course the most amazing snarl up on the M3 going down past UCT and down into those southern suburbs, and it's just not the sort of traffic you expect to find at that time of day. And the problem there was those lights didn't come back on, so it went right through yesterday's rush hour as well in the afternoon. So it's terrible. But you're right. This is a look at Durban yesterday, by the way. This is the M4 lining up to get out of Durban up towards the north. That's during load shedding, and Eskom this morning confirming you're right. Load shedding stage 3 in from 8 o'clock this morning. So we will be seeing load shedding traffic. We'll do our bit to keep you up to date with the areas that we're expecting to be switched off from 8 and give you updates about where you can expect to hit some delays and possibly avoid. All right, from that, just keeping it national, it's a Kasatu National Strike Day today. Plenty of cities and areas around the country getting a gathering of striking workers from 9 o'clock. Eastern Cape down the bottom of that list, getting 4 of them. Nelson Mandela Metro, Queenstown, Mthatha, King Williamstown as well. Big one in Gauteng at Mary Fitzgerald Square, and the usual meeting in Durban at the Gardens, King Dinizulu Park. So, you know, just expect some more traffic around that event as well today. Other issues, Pretoria, the Dustport Tunnel is closed. We understand there was a truck fire last night inside the Dustport Tunnel, and that's why it's closed. Basically, from Van der Hof down to Vom Hagen, you can't get through the tunnel, and it's putting a lot of pressure on Van der Hof. Van der Hof is a busy road anyway, but with all that traffic coming off the Mapori Highway, down Bremer, and then having to divert down Van der Hof to SKM Perthlady Drive, that's very heavy. And we're just getting this in this morning. This is a look at the N12 just outside Eminently on your way to Joburg. The N12 West has been blocked by some protesters just in the Tasbert Park area. So that's a look at the scene. There is some heavy pressure leaving Eminently towards Delmas and towards Benoni side this morning. All right, that's the latest look at traffic and travel around the country. Now, here's a special treat, our very own Woman in Red. Good morning.